Welcome, all you crazy HeroClix players, to the third episode of the Stop Click here at awesome Roll to Play in Coppell, Texas. We have, once again, Matt Jackson, and due to some outside problems, General John Key will not be able to make it today. So instead, we have the grand prize winner of War of Light, Stefan Hopkins.
Woo! Yay, Stefan Hopkins.
Stefan, how did you get to the grand prize? What was your thought process going into the tournament?
Well, my thought process going to the tournament was have fun, maybe win some prizes.
Maybe just win a Necron.
Maybe.
You know, I just figured be there every week, every month, and something good might happen.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, we had an incredible turnout for our War of Lights. I'm actually super stoked about how many people reliably came to represent, came to play, and I'll be honest, even though games get heated sometimes, but I think we had like a great deal of sportsmanship.
Yeah, it was.
And I'll be honest, I don't think we really had a clear-cut winner until a couple of our more regular players couldn't make one or two events, yeah. And luckily for Stefan, he dominated a couple of weeks, and that's all there is to it, man. This glorious prize is his.
Yeah, just to let you know how our tournament played out, we gave points on attendance and first place winners for every 6 months. We then added all that together, factored in all that to figure out the grand prize winner. And even though our month 6 isn't until next week, Stefan has had such a commanding lead that this is already his.
Yeah, even if Stefan didn't show up, he'd still win. That's how far ahead he is. So congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Yes. Yay. Anyway, so in addition to what month 6 brings to us, we have some pretty neat LE prizes. Participation. I mean, that's still valid. This month's participation prize is the Green Lantern Simon Baz from the New 52. A very interesting power set he kind of brings to the other Green Lanterns. Obviously, we've had Jade, we've had Hal, John Stewart. We've had a pretty decent range of power sets that I think were pretty accurate in representing. Yeah. The comics themselves, and Simon Baz being kind of a newcomer to it, being brand new 52.
Now, funny story, I've been kind of slacking on my comic book reading, sorry fellas, but when I saw that piece, I was like, why does he have a gun?
Why does he have a gun?
I instantly went to Wikipedia and looked into that. I was like, oh, they're stirring the pot, so to speak.
Sure. Got to do something new and unusual, and obviously he is a unique kind of Green Lantern in every way people can talk about him. Like, my favorite thing about him is his white damage power is probably one of the most unique I've ever seen. Is that when everybody tries to draw a line of fire to him, if they possess exploit, weakness, or penetrating psychic blast, they must roll a d6. And on a 4 through 6, they can't draw a line of fire to him.
Now, my question with that is, if they possess exploit, weakness, or penetrating, that would mean that he was maybe designed to negate exploit, weakness?
No, because you still have to draw a line of fire. But the thing is, what I think they were trying to do is people who could use exploit, weakness, and had another kind of white damage power somewhere else where they could use Outwit or Perplex. As soon as you try a line of fire, no.
So as long, let's just make it clear to the audience who might have the same questions. If he's within melee range, no line of fire is being drawn.
No line of fire is being drawn.
So they can still use exploit weakness on him.
Yeah.
But if a person with exploit weakness has an additional power that can affect him
there are
out
plenty
range,
of them. Yeah.
Then they can't use it. Just to keep.
But even still, like that's a super cool power. And to be honest, it doesn't just apply to just abilities; it applies to attacks.
Yes.
I mean, it becomes really kind of hard because how many people do you know that instantly run a piece because it's got running shot, penetrating psychic blast on top dial? I mean, he does too, but the ability to kind of go, well, if you go for him, no, you don't get to do it. And I'll be honest, like it's even better version of kind of shape change. Sometimes you're like, well, you're gonna do nope, doesn't work.
It says possess.
Possess, yes, characters that can use, not possess. Can use exploit, weakness, or penetrating psychic blast.
So they don't even have to possess it.
Even if they get it from the power battery. They can use.
Yeah.
Not. But anyway, so super cool guy. Like I said, got a very unusual sculpt, obviously. Superhero with a gun, kind of unusual. And then the other really cool thing, if you read the comics, returned from the realm of the dead. Once per game, when he would be KO'd, click him to click 4 instead. So a reanimating click, obviously, pulse wave, very useful there.
So put the White Lantern ring on him.
Yeah.
What would happen first?
I believe.
I think it's his character's superpower, right?
Well, no, because there are 2 replacement effects, and I believe you get to do one, and then you get to do the other.
Like which one would go first? Would it be the
actually?
ring?
I believe it's up to, I believe since you control both effects, you get to choose.
Okay.
So, but anyway, still super cool piece. Really, really like it. Obviously, it comes.
How many points is he?
This Green Lantern is at 130. He's
very playable.
Very,
at 130.
very playable at 130, and kind of a neat sculpt and kind of a neat guy altogether. So, and he comes with the boxing glove.
This guy. For those who don't know, close combat expert. It's a really awesome 8-point piece for your lantern. You put this on just about anybody, honestly. The first person I can think of is Tiamat.
Because you're a bad person. That's the first person.
That's the first thing I can think of is Tiamat. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can't help it. 8 points. He switches out very easily. He can be switched out as a free action as opposed to switching him out with, I don't know, any other construct that costs 10 or more.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I think that's actually something that was lacking, is that right now, if you just have the participation pieces, you have a 10-point shield, 10-point catapult, you have a 10-point range combat expert, you have all of these pieces, and they're all 10.
Yeah.
And you can't always fit those in there unless you were super lucky and got a net or a mallet. I mean, right now it's kind of hard to run them in in an uneven multiple.
It makes it very...
You have decoy at 6 and shield at 8.
Yeah, decoy and 6 shield at 8, but like
that's really
that's pretty much it. So I'm really happy that we're finally getting to this point where they're actually we actually have another solid Green Lantern construct.
It's cool. I mean, the constructs are just awesome. I love all the constructs. I'm a Red fan myself. Once again, Tiamat. Sorry. Hey.
Well, everybody needs penetrating points.
I'm sorry. Put that on that Hulk that I just got.
Yeah, of course. Lots of good stuff.
Tiamat and Mole Man.
First place winner. Now, keep in mind, you still get Necron, but you still have to play.
You still got to work for Star Sapphire. You're not getting that one.
Sapphire just doesn't put out that easily. You're going to have to really work for it.
Interesting choice of words.
Sorry. And we're moving on.
So Star Sapphire, limited edition, 100 points. Main thing about her is her special damage power.
Yep.
Love, the grandest emotion. Star Sapphire can use shape change in the Mystic's team ability. Pretty standard there for Star Sapphire. When a friendly character with the Star Sapphire keyword uses the Mystic's team ability, give the attacker an action token.
And that is huge in terms of how good she makes Star Sapphire. Right now, I think you couldn't make a good team with Star Sapphire, like a solid team.
Yeah.
Shape change in Mystics is great, but the rest of the dials, point-wise...
No, you don't. The thing with a Star Sapphire team right now is you run the battery and the constructs, but no Star Sapphire is actually on your team.
There you go. So that way you get the best. Yeah, because to be honest, the pieces themselves were kind of...
I was just thinking maybe Starfire and that Professor X. Maybe X. It's just like, okay, give yourself a power action to hit me. Oh, you hit me? Another power or another token.
Another token,
Sorry.
I'll be honest. I mean, and effectively, what I think that does is it almost makes, in some cases, double mystics. I mean, in a lot of situations, you could find yourself being like, well, even though my character has Indomitable, if I attack, I'm gonna take the mystics and then go, make the second action token, then the third action token, taking another piece of unavoidable damage. I think
that'll definitely poop on.
The third action token won't actually do anything.
Really?
Only incapacitate.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought that.
Yeah, incapacitate says if they would receive an action token
when they have 2.
Yeah, then they would just
one penetrating damage.
Sure.
And
that's the only one that does.
Incapacitate becomes an attack at that point because it deals them damage.
Yeah. Anyway, but so what you're saying is even with the third action token from her, that doesn't work?
No.
I thought that would be super cool.
One combo that would be good, though, is Mox or Grey Gargoyle. Both of them have petrification techniques where if they're next to the person, they won't be able to take off all their action tokens.
Just lock everybody up.
Yeah, there you go.
Shenanigans ahoy.
Running shot, penetrating psychic blast with 11 attack.
Yeah, good starting dial. Really solid
points.
Yeah, nothing to scoff at anyway.
10, 11, 17, 3, pretty good.
Energy shield deflection.
8 range.
There you go.
You just put you run with her and then you shove Simon Baz in front of her after she makes her attack.
There you go.
This one doesn't really turn very well.
All right, so now to
there you go.
get on to the big hoss.
There you go.
This guy,
Necron, the death that walks.
Every time Raven said he wanted to get on the big hoss.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, anyways. So with this one, we're going to do our standard good, bad, ugly routine going on here. To where I randomly give out these cards. Bam, bam, and bam. And what we're going to do, we start off left to right.
Alrighty, let's see. I have the ugly. Well, I actually think Necrod's kind of pretty, but especially for a sculpt. I mean, even if what I love about Whiz Kids and these grand participation prizes is that even if your store is not really letting Colossals run around or anything like that, this is one of the most gorgeous shelf pieces they've ever put out. I mean, I can't even think of how much effort. This is such a cool sculpt. But on the ugly side, actually, not just. I think part of Whiz Kids' prize scheme might kind of breeds a little bit of contention sometimes. Obviously, Stefan is our winner. We already knew that. I hope that doesn't deter some people from showing out for month 6.
Well, we have a second one of him to go out at a future tournament.
Yeah.
Working on all the details there. That actually, we got the second one just to eliminate that.
We obviously a lot of stores don't though. That's not something that's super common. Is making sure that the Necrod is obtainable by others. Yeah. But I love the competition. I mean, John Key was here. He'd tell you how much he loves competition.
Kumite. That one's for you, John.
The general loves the competition, but obviously only one person usually walks away with this prize. And I'll be honest, that can be kind of ugly sometimes. You know, it kind of, not to say it breeds ill content, but you have people that they tried their hardest, they came every week, and they fell just short some weeks.
Pretty disheartening.
Or they didn't pull. Somebody got rolled by a chase one week, and to be honest, it happens sometimes. You get some people that roll you pretty good with a good chase.
Stefan was facing plenty of chases.
No, Stefan did excellent.
Like, how many chases were pulled at our tournament?
Yeah.
I know I pulled one. The brothers pulled like 2 apiece.
Yeah.
You pulled one.
I've faced a chase I've faced at least one chase.
Every single week.
So I don't want to hear any complaint about people. Oh, they're overpowered. They can't beat him. This guy beat him every single week.
Every single week. And there he is. There it is.
So I mean, record of 11-4.
Obviously, we try to tone down the ugly as much as we can with getting a second prize piece, and I'm really happy that Roll to Play has started to do that. That's a huge boon to the community, and nobody will hold Stefan in ill regard because he took it all.
Yeah, no bricks to the window.
But we're still very proud of him for his accomplishments. So awesome. Congratulations, sir. Anyway, that's the ugly for me.
I got the good.
The good.
Oh. Well, it's mine.
It's mine.
Well. Very nice sculpt.
I can't even think of a sculpt I like more, and that's more.
Yeah. I mean, as a collector, I don't play HeroClix, but as a collector of toys,
yeah, that's cool.
That is a cool.
You should have played.
There you go. There you go.
I was busy producing the show. Come on.
There you
go. As for the actual character, let's see. There's 2,600 points total.
Yeah. Well, put it this way: we're not getting any 2,600 point dial games anytime soon.
Actually, next week.
Next week. Be 6 hours into it, and nobody's even taking a hit.
Now he can also he can play by himself at 2,600 points,
sure,
or he can play with friends at his 300. Or
and he goes around.
Yeah, that's my favorite part about it. Is it actually comes off. That's
like very similar to Thanos Shrine.
Yes,
I mean, and I'll be honest. I think you might actually see him show up. At least at 600. I don't think his 300 point dial is super amazing compared to some things, but
I'd say out of his 2 300 point dials he has, one being the actual base,
and one being himself,
I like the one on the base better.
Oh yeah, no, the one on the big base is a fairly solid dial.
Since he can modify a single character that's opposing his combat values by -1.
Yeah,
all of them.
That's a super minus perplex, a super yellow lantern
he's
thing.
Just like, get out of here. What do you think about his power levels rising thing? I think that's pretty cool.
Power levels rising, if you can get it to go off, looks really good.
Oh yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of work involved.
They either have to be KO'd or they have to miss an attack by 4 or more with at least the 300 walk-off dial. He has a problem that first click.
Yeah.
Might be able to do it.
Might be able to.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
But only 17 defense.
But the good, I think, I mean, I can't, I'm really happy. The good is the sculpt. I mean, like, I have the AVX Dark Phoenix Cyclops, and I don't even think it even compares.
Man, you sweated bullets.
I sweated bullets to get it. I did, but
I was close, but I couldn't show up.
That was the thing. When you talk about like those ultimate pieces like that, I really think the good of this is just how gorgeous it is. And I mean, I don't think any piece I've seen yet compares to. I mean, Thanos Shrine is super cool, but even then, looking at this, it's just.
I think it's the black.
Is it the black? It's just sleek.
Looks sleek, yeah.
It's a Ferrari. It's the Ferrari of the
beating heart.
Yeah, his heart's showing. That's pretty cool.
Really, really cool. And I'll be honest. Something I've noticed as far as coming up very recently. I always thought that the difference between the set that I started in and the set now, the sculpts that WizKids are putting out, getting better and better and better.
Sweet.
And you don't get any of the weird faces anymore. Like, I mean, I'll be honest. If you look at some faces on some old characters,
they look pretty.
They're derpy. They're very.
There's that new 52 Zatanna, I think, or the Mara.
Well,
they look like horse.
Yeah, like it's a horse.
Horse. That's all it is. Like Mr. Ed.
But I mean, like you can't even argue that this is. I mean, almost. I can't even think of a sculpt that's as that good. It's amazing looking.
Okay, so. The bad.
No, not bad.
Okay, well, the bad thing about this, and this is almost like a curse, the curse of the Colossals, is that they're rarely allowed to play.
Yeah.
Even though you might not get one, you shouldn't fear because you'll, as much as he wants you to, you won't see him in a tournament. I saw one Colossal at a tournament, and that was a Serpent for AVX, and at that time I had the Phoenix Buster Iron Man and Serpent. What Serpent? See you later.
Done.
Other than that, I don't know, man. He's awesome. He's good looking, but there's so many other options you can.
Yeah,
run.
and the thing is, if you find a tournament where people are going, hey, Colossals are allowed. Everybody brings out the Colossals, And you're like, and as far as his dial goes, I mean, at 300 points, I just think there are better 300-point characters.
Oh, definitely. There's definitely better 300.
No. On his, maybe the base is a little more competitive, but I think as far as
one thing I don't like that really bugged me is on the card is his multi attack has to come from this power level rising.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So no multi-attack by... It's a little weaker than what we've seen in the past.
Necron is awesome. I mean, Cyclops had the multi-attack, and he blew through walls. And he was only 1,000 points. Yeah. There's no excuse for you not to have him.
It happens.
I think the reason why they did that is because at a 700 points, he has phasing teleport with Pulse Wave at a 13 attack. If you give him multi-attack...
good stuff.
Yeah. But, the bad is... As much as awesome as he is, you won't ever get to utilize him as much as you'd want.
Yeah.
And that's just the fact of it. I mean, granted, it's still a great piece, and we're going to still try and, give tournaments to where you can bust out your awesome pieces and stuff like that. But other than that, that's going to be a wrap for us. Next episode, we'll leave it up to you guys. Suggestions, comments, anything like that. You guys have given us an awesome response, have accepted us very well. It's super awesome. I can't tell you how excited I am to keep doing this. It's fun. It's great. So if you have anything you want us to talk about, please let us know. Comment section. Hell, shoot me a message on Facebook. It doesn't matter. Stefan, thank you.
You're welcome.
And
congratulations again.
Congratulations, yes.
And thank you all for watching the Stop Click.
Outro.